Google's move to make early release of Android 16 has helped smartphone manufacturers to create their next UIs swiftly. Xiaomi, Samsung, and many more businesses are already working on new user interfaces. Samsung's earlier blunders with the One UI 7 rollout, typified by major delays, left many consumers unsatisfied. Now, the South Korean IT behemoth is fast shifting its focus to One UI 8, and we've received the first exclusive peek at this future software. Currently in its early alpha stage, the interface, as these earliest photographs demonstrate, has a remarkable similarity to its predecessor that we all know as the One UI 7. This new incarnation will be built atop the basis of Android 16, delivering the first glance inside Samsung's adaptation of Google's newest mobile operating system. Let's go into this One UI 8 initial glance. In this exclusive preview, we'll share our initial impressions on One UI 8 and analyze what could change in the near future. Our hands-on experience comes courtesy of an early build loaded on a Galaxy Z Fold 6 device. Our immediate takeaway: One UI 8, at this moment, seems nearly comparable to One UI 7. Of course, it's not unexpected that One UI 7 is comparable to One UI 8. Samsung has been working on One UI 7 for nearly 1 to 2 years. One UI 8 may really be considered as an intermediate version that focuses on optimization. The brand has concentrated a lot on One UI 7 and is still testing reliable One UI 7 upgrades for several models. We know that One UI 7 will be pushed out to additional models in the coming days. Users may be startled to discover One UI 8 leaked shortly after the release of the stable version of One UI 7. One UI 8 is a user interface based on Android 16. Compared to One UI 7, the new One UI 8 seeks to give the newest Android version with minimal adjustments. We may also think of One UI 8 as a version of One UI 7 that will be visually better in the future. So far, modifications have only been observed in specific programs, such as Gallery and File Manager. The File Manager app exhibits subtle but obvious UI enhancements. The Categories area has been graphically redesigned, giving a more attractive and ordered appearance. The major focus of One UI 8 appears to be resolving any residual inconsistencies or rough edges that couldn't be entirely fixed in One UI 7. It's worth mentioning that this early version of One UI 8's File Manager is now confined to devices running Android 16 and higher, suggesting a dependent on the newest OS framework. We've also noted modest upgrades inside the Gallery application, suggesting Samsung's continuous commitment to enhancing its core app design. The lack of comparable adjustments in other applications shows that One UI 8 is still in its initial phases of development. We've also observed modest tweaks to the Gallery app, demonstrating that Samsung is taking measures to further enhance the UI design. We have yet to witness analogous improvements in other applications, indicating that Samsung's design is still in its early stages. Given the projected debut of the Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 with One UI 8, it's possible that Samsung aims to deliver this new software version within the next 3 months, concentrating on these incremental enhancements and the underlying optimizations of Android 16. The Now Brief will not be specific to the Galaxy S25 series. The Now Brief function, previously limited to the Galaxy S25 series, is now planned to emerge on earlier devices with the debut of One UI 8. This capability analyzes users' everyday habits to deliver individualized advice. While Samsung originally decided for exclusivity with the S25 series, it now looks that Now Brief will see broader distribution. We predict that premium smartphones like as the Galaxy Z Fold 6, Galaxy Z Flip 6, and other high-end models will have access to Now Brief with the One UI 8 upgrade. Notably, the current version F956BXXU2CYD7 already supports this functionality. At least for now, One UI 8 doesn't provide any new innovations. Right now, the interface is in the early development phase, providing possibility for more major adjustments in the coming months. But you shouldn't anticipate too much from this interface, and you might assume that One UI 7 is merged with Android 16. One UI 7 will undergo minor design adjustments and will debut under the moniker One UI 8. Samsung doesn't want the delay in the release of One UI 7 to be encountered in One UI 8 and is attempting to get the next upgrade ready with its full potential. Next, Samsung also received access to the latest Samsung One UI 8 on the Galaxy Flip 6 smartphone and provided its views on the user experience. One UI 8 in its present state seems like a fairly small change. It seems like most of the new features are stuff Samsung could have easily implemented in One UI 7, but opted to postpone. The most noticeable example is the arrival of the now brief feature on the Galaxy Flip 6 and other flagships in 2024. Its code was there in One UI 7, but only with the upgrade to One UI 8 will it become accessible on earlier devices. The quick transfer function, which enables you to transfer files across Android devices, has gotten an upgrade. The menu is now separated into two sections: Receive and Send. When you hit Receive, your smartphone momentarily becomes visible to other devices. Previously, this had to be switched on manually. The general interface of One UI 8 is basically identical compared to One UI 7. The only visible change is in the Fast Settings page, where several buttons now have shading. However, this might be a mistake, since such a change was only seen on one of the two cell phones on which the updated shell was tested. When is the next One UI update coming? One UI 8 is still in the development phase, so there may be more new features, enhancements, and modifications Samsung is going to integrate. However, you may desire to temper your expectations. One UI 7 is one of the major upgrades to One UI in years, hence it's pretty improbable that Samsung will do anything with One UI 8. In reality, the phone may not even have the time to add more to One UI 8. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Galaxy Z Flip 7 will launch with One UI 8 preloaded, and we've been told that it may come to earlier devices within the next 3 months, and there's a likelihood Samsung won't allow consumers a chance to beta test the new software. Samsung's also One UI 7 delivered a fresh new style and brought numerous new features to Galaxy phones. It was one of the major advances in recent years. Now, leaks and hands-on videos have started revealing what's coming in the impending One UI overhaul. One UI 8 will supposedly expand the Samsung log video capabilities to other Galaxy handsets. Right now, only the Galaxy S25 and Galaxy S24 series have the log video capabilities with One UI 7. Even though the Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Z Fold 6 also got the One UI 7 update, they didn't have the log video capability. But now it seems like One UI 8 will offer that. New study reveals that One UI 7 will expand Samsung log video capabilities to other Galaxy devices as the Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Galaxy Z Fold 6. This means more people will be able to enjoy this professional-grade video feature. Introduced with the Galaxy S25 series, Samsung Log Video is a unique video mode that provides you greater flexibility while filming videos. When you record in log mode, the colors in the video seem soft and less brilliant. This may appear uninteresting at first, but it's designed to be that way. This option provides you greater flexibility to modify the movie afterward and add the colors and effects you wish. This is great for fans who want their video or films to seem more professional or cinematic. You may simply obtain Galaxy Log Video by following a few easy steps. So first, launch the Samsung Camera app. Step 2. Tap the More option. Step 3. Select Pro Video Mode. From there, press the Load button at the top of the screen. With One UI 8, more customers will supposedly be able to experience this amazing video function and take their video recording to the next level. Stay tuned for additional details. We'll keep exploring into One UI 8 over the coming weeks and let you know anytime we discover anything new, so stay tuned. And don't forget to check our YouTube channel for more One UI video. What are your initial thoughts on this early look at Samsung's One UI 8? What features are you hoping to see in the final release? Share your opinions in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.